Hello everyone, welcome to English Shorthand classes. Exercise 18. Get ready for the dictation. Start. The presence at this conference of so many distinguished delegates from different parts of the world is a good indication that the causes of peace, human freedom, and dignity are issues which have aroused the conscience of the human race. Stop. India has been a pioneer in the international campaign against illegal racist regimes in southern Africa. Stop. We have also identified ourselves completely with the legitimate aspirations and aims of the nationalist movements struggling against apartheid, racism, and neocolonialism. Stop. Our support for liberation movements has also been unqualified. Stop. It is therefore in the fitness of thing that this conference should have chosen to meet in India, and that also in the international anti-apartheid year. Stop. Your deliberations here will have far reaching repercussions on the illegitimate and oppressive racist regimes wherever they may be. Stop. What you say here will reverberate throughout the world and will help to encourage and stimulate the hopes and aspirations of those of our unfortunate brethren who long for peace and freedom based on the majority rule and the unfettered exercise of the right to self determination. Stop. Significant advances in science and technology have brought all right thinking people in the countries of the world together, and international cooperation in all fields connected with the progress and welfare of the human race is expanding. Stop. It is now impossible for any nation, however powerful it may imagine itself to be, to exist if it chooses to isolate itself from the mainstream of international committee. Stop. It is our fervent hope in India, and I am sure this conference will fully endorse this view that efforts to bring about a just and peaceful settlement in Namibia and Zimbabwe will succeed. Stop. The United Nations organization, which represents the conscience of the world, has a very important role in shaping the destiny of the people here and bringing peace and harmony to this troubled area. India's association with the hardships and tensions of life for the minorities in southern Africa is long and close. Stop. Our association with our oppressed brethren in southern Africa goes back to those days when Mahatma Gandhi, the father of our nation, lived and worked in South Africa. Stop. The increasing awareness of the evils of apartheid and of inhuman distinctions between man and man on the ground only of race and color has further strengthened our resolve to do all that is possible within the framework of the United Nations. Stop. The great Mahatma, under whose inspiring leadership India threw off the shackles of the foreign domination, championed the principles of political freedom and human dignity for people everywhere in the world, and in particular raised his voice against racial discrimination in South Africa. Stop. The Mahatma's principles of non-violence and the brotherhood of man, irrespective of color, religion, caste, and creed, are an inspiring challenge to humanity. Stop. I have every hope that the distinguished delegates gathered here will carry this message with them, which embodies in it an abiding hope for mankind in a world full of man made tensions made more dangerous by the furious arms race and the feverish stockpiling of weapons of destruction. Stop. The principles of non-violence and tolerance preached by the great Mahatma are a sure balm for the elevation of anguish and suffering created by the pursuit of such disastrous policies. Stop. India has not only condemned apartheid as a crime against humanity but as a potential threat to world peace and international harmony. Stop. We in India welcome the prospect of early independence for both Namibia and Zimbabwe, and we have every hope that given the opportunity for self determination, the people there will prosper and contribute to the international peace and harmony. Stop. The consequences of violence in a tension ridden area like this, already weary of injustice, intolerance, and bloodshed, could be disastrous. Stop. The minority regimes in these countries may yet discern the writing on the wall and by wise statesmanship recognize the realities of the situation and ensure that the legitimate demands of Africans in Southern Africa are met not only in the letter but in the spirit as well. Stop. Unless this is done with mutual trust and sincerity of purpose, the minority regimes will ultimately be driven by the force of circumstances and the world opinion to see the folly of their own short-sightedness. Stop. The people who were hitherto under colonial domination are now awake, and the resurgent nationalist forces are on the march towards progress and prosperity with a new and growing vitality. Stop. The various international forums where these newly developing countries have stated their case with earnestness have won the admiration of the world at large. Stop. There is a limit to human patience, and circumstances are such that unless considerable progress is made on the socio-economic front in these potentially explosive areas, the future of mankind will be bleak indeed. Stop. With the technological advances which have been made and which have brought the people of the world closer to each other. It is no longer possible for the world to exist on the basis of the haves and have not at present. Stop.